Hey everybody, it's Eric from epautos.com, your libertarian car guy. This morning I wanted to give you a little sneak peek into the future. Future I'm not looking forward to, and probably you're not either. It's the future of intelligent speed assist. I love that verbiage. Whenever you hear it, assist, translate that to mean preemption, nannying, control. They're not assisting you. The car is trying to make you drive a certain way. That way being the way decided on your behalf by the people who designed the car, by the corporate government nexus that is trying really hard to take as much control away from you as the driver, to further the purpose of making driving as pointless and miserable as possible in order to make you no longer want to drive, which I'm telling you is the long-term goal here, and that goal is now appreciably within sight, in my opinion. At any rate, let me show you how the technology works. This is the first car that I've test driven that has essentially that system. Now it's a system that can be engaged or disengaged by the driver in this particular car, which is a 2019 BMW 3 Series. So it only assists you if you want it to assist you, but it's going to be a mandatory assist in all likelihood here in the relatively near future, because it's already a required assist in Europe, or rather it has been decreed to be mandatory beginning with the 2022 model year over there in Europe. And since about a third of all the cars that are made and sold in this country, or that are sold in this country, are based in Europe, it's almost certain that the cars that they're going to bring over here are going to have that technology too. And at any rate, they're going to make the same argument. We have the technology. Why should anybody be allowed to speed, which is unsafe, when we have the technology to make it impossible for people to speed? At any rate, let me demonstrate how it works. All right, first key part of the system is, look on the dashboard. You can probably see that little icon that looks just like a speed limit sign that says 55 miles an hour. That is how the car knows what the speed limit is on the road that you happen to be driving on, and that little icon will change according to whatever the speed limit is on the road that you happen to be driving on. So the car knows at all times what the speed limit is, okay? That's the first thing. And it does it by GPS mapping. Now you can see the little light is, now watch as I go a little faster than 55. You'll see that the thing will start to flash, or at least it did a minute ago. The technology is not yet perfect, but what it does is it starts to flash if you drive faster than the speed limit. In some cars, the sign turns from white with black numerals to a backlit red background to let you know that you're speeding. Okay, now, in conjunction with the limiter, which I've just turned on, okay, that little button there turns it on, I am now stuck at 55, no faster than 55 miles an hour. I am pushing on the gas pedal, but the car is not going any faster than 55. Now, if I keep on pushing, if I push really hard, okay, I'm still pushing, I'm pushing further. I'm really starting to put some pressure on the pedal now. There it goes. Now it overrode it. You can feel the car just jerked forward. So they let you push through the limit, and my understanding is that that will be the case with the EU limiter, at least initially, until they habituate people to it. But it makes driving really awkward because you can't smoothly accelerate when you have this system engaged. The car is just sort of stuck at that certain mile per hour, and you push and push and push to override it, and then boom, you get snapped back in the seat as the car accelerates. I think it's going to create all kinds of fun when you need to accelerate quickly or efficiently. The car won't let you, and you know, those fractions of a second can really make all the difference between an accident and not. Not to mention just the simple annoyance of having to fight yet another assist in our cars. How did we get to this point? Most cars come with 2 or 3, some 4 or 5 different forms of assist. And a lot of this stuff is not optional. It's not stuff that you can check on the a la carte menu of the order sheet when you buy the car. It's in there. If you want the car, you gotta have the assist. Lots of them can still be turned off, but you have to turn them off constantly every time you go for a drive. And again, I'm certain that the real reason for all of this is to habituate people to the idea of not being in control of their cars, to get them used to the idea of programming controlling their cars, the government controlling their cars, the corporations that make the cars controlling the cars, so as to make people so weary of driving. It's so freaking pointless. Why even bother? That they will not resist much to automated cars. And automated cars are the way by which they will completely control your mobility, since you won't be in control of it anymore, will you? You'll only be mobile according to the rules laid down by the government corporate nexus, which will decree how you can go, where you can go, all those fun things. And of course, we'll be keeping track of your movements at all times as well. Isn't that a wonderful form of assistance? Anyway, more up at epautos.com, including I'll have a review of this BMW up shortly as well. And it's such a shame because this is a really wonderful car. Nice if I could just if this were my car, take a pair of pliers and just pull out all the assists. But they're embedded in the car. They're embedded in all the cars. We're kind of stuck with it until we can somehow push back enough to get the car companies to stop putting all this stuff in our cars, or at least leave it on the options list for those who want it and who are willing to pay for it. Let them have all the assistance that they want. Catch up with you again soon.